Hey there, hope you're having a wonderful day. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create this paint app or drawing app using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So on the bottom, we have a canvas, and on the top, we have a toolbar. In the toolbar, we have a color picker. So here I can change the color and I can start drawing like so in the canvas, and I can clear the canvas and I can fill the canvas, and I can change the color again. And I can change the size of the pen. So here you can see we can move it around. And I can reduce it. Okay. And I can also download the image that we draw. So here I can click the download button. And you can see we have our image over here. Okay. And this is a PNG file, and this will be saved to your downloads folder. All right, so let's get started. So the first thing you need is 3 files: index.html, paint.css, and paint.js. And I have the HTML boilerplate set up, and I also linked my style sheet and my JavaScript. Now let's create some elements. So the first thing I'm going to do is add the toolbar. So div, we're going to give this toolbar an ID called toolbar. And inside the toolbar, I'm going to add an input. The type is going to be color, and we'll give this an ID, color-picker. And by default, we're going to set the color to black. So this is going to be hash 000000, okay? All right, now let's double click on the index.html to open it. And you can see we have our web page over here, and we have the color picker. So I can click on this, and there you go. So the browser will provide you a built-in color picker that you can use. Next, we need to create a range so that we can use this to change the size of the pen. So here I'm going to do input. Type is range. ID is going to be brush size. And we are going to set a minimum value of 1, a maximum of 50. And by default, let's make it 5. All right, now if I refresh the page, you can see we have our range input, okay? All right, the next thing we need are the 3 buttons. So here I'm going to do button ID and set it to clear button. And the button text is going to display clear. And then let's add another button. This is going to be the fill button. We're going to put fill. And finally, download button. Download. Okay. All right. Now let's refresh the page, and you can see we have our 3 buttons over here. Okay. Now we need to add a canvas to draw on. So here I'm going to add a canvas tag with an ID called board, since this is our drawing board. And I'm going to give it a width of 640 pixels and a height of 480 pixels. Now if I refresh the page, we don't see the canvas tag, and that is because the background color is white and the canvas is also white. So let's add some styling. So I'm going to start with the board, and we are going to give it a border of 1 pixel, solid black. Background is going to be white. And now if I refresh the page, you can see we have our canvas over here, okay? And let's also add cursor crosshair. So when the user hovers the mouse inside the canvas, the cursor is going to change to show the crosshair, so we know that we are inside the drawing board. All right, so let's refresh the page, and if I hover over the canvas, you can see the cursor changes. Now currently the toolbar is very close to the canvas, so let's add some margin. And I forgot to mention, but when you are adding styling for a specific tag with an ID, you start with the hash symbol. So here you can see we have hash board, and that is because our canvas tag has the ID board. And we are going to do the same for this toolbar. So this div tag has an ID called toolbar. So here I'm going to do toolbar, and we're going to add a margin of 10 pixels. Now let's refresh the page. And now you can see we have a margin of 10 pixels. So now the buttons of the toolbar are not touching the canvas. All right, now the last thing we need to do is center everything. So here I'm going to change the background color to white smoke. So this is a white grayish color. Font family is going to be Arial. Display is going to be Flex. Flex direction is going to be column. and we're going to do align items center to center everything. Okay. Now, if I refresh the page, you can see everything is centered and we can start adding the logic for drawing. So we can close this file since we no longer need it. All right, so now we need to add some logic for our Paint app. And the first thing I'm going to do is reference the elements using their IDs. So we need to reference this canvas tag using this ID board. So here I'm going to do const board document dot get element by ID. The ID is board. And we need to draw on the canvas. So here I'm going to do context board dot get context 2D. So this context is basically the pen of the canvas, okay? And then let's also get the elements from the toolbar. So we have these 5 elements that we need to reference in our JavaScript file, and each one has an ID. So I'm going to do const color picker document dot get element by ID, color dash picker, brush size document dot get element by ID, brush size, and then the clear button, clear button, fill button, and download button. Alright, so we have our elements referenced here. Now let's add the logic for drawing. So for drawing, we need to add some event listeners. And an event is basically any type of input. So you can have a button press, or you can have a mouse click, and you can also have some hovering events or key presses. So all those are events. So we're going to start with the mouse move event. So basically when you move the mouse, so we're going to do board.add event listener mouse move. So if we move the mouse, we're going to call a function called draw. So how does drawing work? So basically, when you are drawing a curve like so, you are drawing an infinite number of small straight lines. So if we zoom in, it would be something like this. Okay, so basically you're drawing a bunch of straight lines that are so small that when you zoom out, they look like a smooth curve. So for our draw function, we need to do a few things. We're going to do context dot line width, and basically this is the size of the pen or the thickness of the pen. We are going to take this value from the input range. So we are going to set the value based on whatever value is set for the range. So by default, the value is 5. So over here, I'm going to do brush size, since we have a reference to that input tag over here. And this is going to be brush size dot value. Next, we want to do context dot line cap. So we want to smooth out the edges, so the starting and ending of each line. So here I'm going to do round, and context dot stroke style. So when you do stroke, that is drawing. So you can think of it as a pen stroke. So the stroke style is going to be the color of the pen, which we get from the color picker. So here you can see by default, the value is black. And we have a reference to the color input tag over here. So I'm going to do color picker dot value. So we need to draw the line now. And so when we add an event listener to a function like so, we are going to take in an event as a parameter. So here I'm going to add E for event, and I'm going to do context dot line to E dot offset X and E dot offset Y. So this is going to prepare a line from the previous point to the current mouse point. And we're going to draw the line. So to draw the line, we do context dot stroke. After we draw the line, we need to reset the current drawing path. So we're going to do context dot begin path and move the pen to the new endpoint. So context dot move to E dot offset X and E dot offset Y. All right, now let's refresh the page. And now you can see whenever we are hovering over the canvas, we are automatically drawing. So this is mouse move. When you move the mouse on the canvas, we call the draw function. Okay. Now we don't want to always draw when we're moving the mouse. We only want to draw when we click and move the mouse. So for that, I'm going to add a variable over here, is drawing, and by default this is false. And we're going to add some more event listeners. So board.add event listener mouse down. So when we click on the mouse, we're going to start drawing. So here I'm going to add an arrow function, since there's no need for me to define an entire function just to change this variable over here. So I'm going to do this and do is drawing and set it to true. Okay, so this is when you press on the mouse, and over here when we let go of the mouse click, then we want to stop drawing. So board.add event listener mouse up, so the opposite of mouse down. We're going to set is drawing to false, and we want to reset the drawing path. So I'm going to do context dot begin path. So we are updating this Boolean value whenever we click or unclick the mouse. And now we need to take this into account when we call the draw function whenever we move the mouse. So here I'm going to do if not is drawing, return. So if we click on the mouse, then we set is drawing to true. And if we stop clicking on the mouse, then we set it to false. So when we move the mouse and call the draw function, then we check to see if the mouse is currently down or up by using this variable. Okay. So if I refresh the page and I hover over the canvas, nothing happens. But if I press down on the mouse, then you can see we are drawing. And if I let go, you can see nothing happens. Okay. Now there's one issue, and that is what happens if we cross the canvas border. So if I do this, you can see it is drawing almost a straight line along the edges of the canvas. So let's fix that. So for that one, we're going to do board.add event listener mouse out. So if the mouse moves out of the canvas, then we are going to set is drawing to false. Okay. All right, now let's refresh the page, and I'm going to draw over here. Okay. You can see as soon as we cross the canvas border, we stop drawing. Okay. And if I refresh the page and try to use my drawing tablet, you can see nothing happens. And that is because the drawing tablet and pen is not considered a mouse. So how can we support the drawing tablet? Well, we can use a pointer instead. So these mouse events only work for the mouse itself. If you want it to work for any pointing event, then you would use pointer. So pointer down, and over here, pointer up, pointer out, and pointer move. And just to reduce interference from touch events, I'm going to do board.style.touch action and set this to none. Okay. All right. So if I refresh the page and I use my mouse, you can see we're drawing over here. And if I use my drawing tablet and pen, you can see we have the same thing. Okay. So now I can draw with both the mouse and the drawing tablet. And of course, I can change the color. All right, now the next thing we need to do is add some event listeners for these buttons. So let's add some event listener for the clear button. So clear button.add event listener. This button is going to listen for a click. If we click on the button, we're going to call a function called clear canvas. Let's define that down here. And we're going to do context.clear rect 00 board.width and board.height. So how does this work? So let's say this is your canvas. In that case, this over here is 0, 0. So the top left corner is x equals 0 and y equals 0. So if we have a width of 640 pixels and a height of 480 pixels, when we call clear rect, we pass in 4 values: the x and y position from where to start and how much you want to clear. In this case, we are clearing a rectangle. So we're starting from here and we are clearing an area of 640 pixels by 480 pixels. Okay, so this is going to clear everything within this rectangle. All right, now let's refresh the page and I'm going to draw something and click clear. So we have the clear button working. Now let's work on the fill button. So here I'm going to add fill button.add event listener. Click, and we're going to call a function called fill canvas. Let's define that down here. And just like with the clear rect, we're going to use a similar function called fill rect. And before we fill the rectangle, we need to specify the color. So we're going to do context.fill style and set it to color picker.value. So similar to how you use stroke to draw a line and we set the stroke style using the color, we are going to set the color with fill style. And we're going to do context.fillRect 00 board.width and board.height. Alright, let's refresh the page, and here I'm going to change the color to red, and let's click fill, okay? And we can clear it, fill it, and I can change the color, and we can draw something here, okay? And clear. Alright, now the last thing we need to do is work on the download button. And fortunately, the browser already provides us a tool with the download feature for the canvas. So here I'm going to do download button dot add event listener, click download image. Let's define the function. So over here, we're going to do download image. And the first thing we need to do is create a link tag. So I'm going to do image link and set it to document.createElement A. So this is a link tag. Basically, it's doing this. Okay. And we need to do image link.download. And this is going to be the name of the file. So here I'm just going to do Kenny coding, and here we're going to do some string interpolation or injection where we inject a non-string value into a string. So here I'm going to do date.now, and this is going to return the current timestamp in milliseconds. Okay, so this is a number, and we need to specify the file type or extension. In this case, we're going to do .png, and the reason why I'm using date.now is because we want unique names for our images. Now we need to do image link .href and assign it board to data URL, and the type is going to be image/png. Okay, so we are assigning an href for this link tag. So when we click on it, it's going to download the image and save it as this file name. So when we click on the button, we want this tag to get clicked on. So here I'm going to do image link.click. All right, now let's refresh the page. And I'm going to change the color to this one over here, and let's fill it. And I'm going to change the color again. Let's change the pen size, and let's draw a smiley face. And I'm going to click download. And we have our image downloaded over here, and I'm going to click on it to open it. And we have this masterpiece over here, okay? And we can clear the canvas. All right, so that's the basic introduction for how to create a paint app or drawing app using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. And I definitely encourage you to continue working on this project. You can add some more features in the toolbar, such as erasing, and you can also add some shapes like triangles, squares, circle, and you can also add some text. You can also try implementing copying and pasting, and you can reference the paint app, and you can see we have a lot of features over here. And before we go, I just want to quickly mention that on my YouTube channel, you'll find a lot of tutorials and courses, and you can find the list of tutorials and courses on my website, kennyipcoding.com. So currently I have one premium course on Udemy teaching you how to code Pac-Man in Python using Pygame. And we also have programming courses, Python game tutorials, Java game tutorials, JavaScript game tutorials, and website projects. So you can find all of these tutorials on my YouTube channel as well as on kennyipcoding.com. And if you want to stay up to date for more tutorials like this one, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.